Hello, friends. Welcome to Akulmach Live, and I'm your host. My name is Chandrakant. Just in case if you don't remember, and today we are discussing about the office politics. You might have got this feeling several times that you are doing everything by the book. You are working very hard, but your colleague is getting all the credit. You're not getting promoted. You're not getting recognized, and the credit is going to some other person in your office who is probably your best friend, and you're getting stuck in the rut. And this can happen to anyone. Believe me, this has happened with everyone in the office. Whoever has worked for even 5 years, you would have experienced this phenomena, and this is a common thing that happens. And today we are tackling this. By the way, if you feel that you have a view on this subject, you can send in your comments. The comments will get displayed here on this side of the screen. I will read your comments, any questions you have, and I will address those immediately as soon as you write it across. All right. Also, since I'm live on all social media platforms, you can read, these instructions, and these instructions will allow you to talk to me directly with your mic and camera. So all the process is given in the description below. Read, all lines are open, and I'm waiting for you to join this discussion. And the discussion is about the office politics. You know that, as I said, that many times you feel that you are doing a lot of hard work and you are doing everything which is good for the company, for your team, but you are not getting recognition for that. But whatever you do, there is somebody else who will get all the credit. He will also get promoted. He will also make incentives. He will fulfill his quota. Therefore, you feel left out, and you feel that why I'm doing all this work? Why, if I'm not getting recognized, why I'm doing all this? Why I'm actually still in the company? Why I should be positive minded when others are getting all the credit for whatever work I'm doing? So let's address this issue, because this can happen to anyone. In fact, this is a common phenomenon. It has happened to everyone. Let's agree first on this point that it has happened to everyone, and we can correct this issue by looking at 4 things which I want to talk about today. And number 1 is visibility. You are doing a lot of good work. You are working very, very hard. You are a team player. You are bringing a lot of revenue for the company, but you are thinking that people will recognize you without tomming about it. Now, when I'm saying this, I'm actually telling you from my experience. I'm not somebody who started his career just yesterday. I've actually gone through ups and downs in my own life, and that's why I'm saying you have to tom about whatever you do. There are people who will talk about everything shamelessly, and they get recognized, because out of 100 people, 99 will recognize. 99 people will say that, okay, this person, this man or a woman is working very hard, and there's a lot of advertising around it. So when you are visible, it's not only doing work, you have to be visible doing work. Let me crack a joke here. You are working when the boss is looking at you, but when the boss is not looking at you, you're not working. But then boss will get a feeling that you are working very hard, because whenever I look at you, you seem engrossed in your work. So this is exactly what it is. Visibility matters. Kindly make sure that whenever you do something, you talk about it to your colleagues. You probably write case studies, circulate it within the company. You please organize meetings and inform your bosses, your superiors, your counterparts, and your juniors. How did you achieve this? Even the smallest thing, whatever opportunity you get to talk about your success stories, you must, because visibility matters. If you are not talking about your achievements, your good points, then who's there to highlight? In a competitive world today, you are the only person who can highlight your strong points, your good deeds, your success stories. You don't leave it on others. Others will do it after you have done it once or twice. Then they will actually snowball it, they will repeat it. But then who is going to initiate it? It is you. So make sure that if you want the credit for getting promoted, getting recognized, please start talking about what good you're doing for the company, for the group. All right. So let's move forward and let's talk about what are the other factors which will take you towards a well-deserving promotion. The other point is skill assessment. So you have done a lot of good work in promotions, your own internal promotions. You see, you have to also look at what skills you have. You have communication skills. Are you able to communicate whatever you're doing clearly to your colleagues, to your seniors, and also to your juniors? What kind of communication skills you have? Can you send right emails? Can you create a nice attractive articles? Can you write a nice presentation? Can you make a white paper on the success stories? These are the skills you must have. Use minimum words, convey maximum meaning. It should look like that you are not only doing work, you are also skilled in that area, and you are skillfully informing people in your company, whether your juniors as well as your seniors, and also your competitors within the organization, that you are doing things with the right skill set. You have thought through all situations, and because of your thought process, you have been successful in bringing such a great result for your company, such great success, some great order. You are able to finish some sort of research, things like that, and you are very innovative. None of these things will matter if you do not have skills to communicate. So number one skill is to communicate, whether you are talking about it, or you are writing about it, or you are creating some sort of a website, circulating it. Are you creating some sort of distribution list within the company? So are you in the habit of building some sort of address book within the company, people that matters, and you can actually inform all of these people, so on and so forth. So it's not only advertising your work or talking about your work, you should also must have the ability to understand who will actually take your advertisement or your work forward and talk about it. And to be able to do that, you must have great communication skills, great oratory skills, command on language, writing skills, also understanding of online paradigm, how you can basically use the latest technologies, whether AI or using some sort of bot, or use some sort of mailing list to convey your work to the right audience. All right. So we have discussed 2 points. Let's move on to the third one. Third one is the office politics, and this is the most important. You see, what happens is when we go to the office, we become friends, and it has been told to us that we should be very close to each other, like a very cohesive team, which is good. But what happens is that people want to know what you know. So they will meet you in various coffee breaks, smoking breaks, all kinds of breaks, chit-chatting break, all kinds of different breaks. Even outside the office, when you are going out, there is a break. You are walking towards your shuttle bus or a taxi. There is a break. During your transit, there is a break. So people want to know what happened today. General knowledge, you will always end up talking about your office. And during that time, many things can happen. One of the things which can happen, which can be very, very counterproductive for you, is you spill the beans about office politics. My suggestion is never talk about it, because what is happening is, if you hear about some office politics from somewhere, don't convey, don't snowball, don't become part of that politics. Because by talking about the politics outside work or during the break, you become party to, either with the politics or against the politics. Whichever way it is, it should look very wrong. It would look very wrong. It should not be the case, because if the other person is on your side, it is okay. You have averted their risk. But if the other person is your anti, then it could, start bringing some sort of a divide, and then once in a while that person will come and ask you about office politics, which you will indulge and freely tell that person. However, after a couple of meetings, that person will start ignoring you, because the other person will start feeling that, okay, your association is very risky. By the way, you can join me live. This is a very interesting topic. Process of joining me live is given in the description below. All lines are open. I'm waiting for you, friends. All right, let's move forward. So, navigating to office politics. Never discuss the office politics with even the most friendly person. Forget the enemies, because every office will have friends and enemies, foes as well. So don't discuss office politics openly. Why I'm saying this? People tend to carry some sort of a loose, tongue many times, thinking that if you divulge some secrets, you will also hear about some other secrets from the other side. Or if you have heard something, you will confirm it. Have you heard this? Things like that. In both the cases, it is actually very wrong. You are getting involved into office politics. Don't do it openly. Don't talk about it. That is the tip number 1. Tip number 2, never be too friendly with your colleagues. Now, people may be saying that, okay, what this guy is saying, never be too friendly. Because what happens is, you are too friendly, you start talking everything with your friends, thinking that since you are too close with your friends, these friends will come back and stab you in the back. They will actually step over your head and climb the ladder, and then you will be left, wondering what happened, because you cannot blame your friends, but the friends have actually used you and the information that you have provided effectively, and reached the right levels. Plug the gaps if they had, and they look like that they are actually close to certain people who have the power to promote them, and then they will start getting into good books. So these friends will only come back and stab you, and then end of the day, after a couple of years, you will think, oh, what has gone wrong? You were so friendly with this person, and this person only actually stabbed you, and because of that you missed the chance. And even though this will also happen to between you and your juniors, you are standing in front of your juniors as if you are protecting them. It's your team, but then your juniors will only counter your work, and they will actually grow further in life, leaving you behind, because some of those juniors will be very smart, and since you're sharing, you're very transparent with your subordinates, they will actually use that information to spoil your chances of winning the promotions that you deserve, simply because you got entangled in the office politics. You were too open with your friends and your colleagues. You were too protective of your team, thinking that, okay, if you're not there, nobody else will be there to protect your team, and your team will only stab you in the back, and they will never look back. They will actually use and throw, and then they will grow in life, and then they will forget it, because they have used you to serve their purpose, and they will move on. So never get involved in the politics. Never be too possessive of your team. Never be too one-sided with your subordinates. Now, whatever you may hear from the gurus, this lesson which I am giving you is different. It is not something that the mainstream consulting gurus will tell you. I'm telling you a very practical thing which you must follow. Let's move on to the last tip to secure your promotion, and that is the self-advocacy. You have to basically identify who are the people who matters. If you do not know who are the people who matters, then you will never be able to create the exact waves which will actually think you as a very valuable resource, and your needs to be taken care of. You need to be promoted. You need to be motivated. That kind of thing has to be understood completely by you. You have to know who's the man. When I say man, it means man with authority, money, and need. You have to know Typically this is one man, but then typically in an organization there could be a couple of people. You need to identify all of them. You need to be in good books of your man, which is man with authority, man with needs, and man with money. So if you have been able to identify that person, then, and if you're in good books, you are able to successfully create your case, not directly but indirectly. If you are an advocate of your own cause, then only people will come forward and work for you. If you have not done any of those things, you think that my work will only take me far, then you are completely mistaken, my friend. You will not go anywhere if you are not advocating your cause. People will help you only if you help yourself. There is a proverb in English also, God helps those who help themselves. Even God is looking for you, some sort of propaganda about yourself. Therefore, self-advocacy is absolutely important. Please identify who is the person with man, authority, and need. And if you are able to do that successfully, do it quietly. Don't make it too open. Understand who is the person calling the shots in your organization, who has the real authority, who is just the front. Try to understand the intrinsic nature of your organization, and then understand who is the right person or persons who will actually make a collective case for you to be promoted. And if you do all of these 4 things, you will be quite successful in life. You will be much smarter. You will tread your way shrewdly in a large organization, and you will be victorious. So friends, these are certain things which I wanted to discuss in this live stream. Just in case if you have any thoughts, any comments, or any experience that you would like to share, you can send in your comments on this video, and I will surely address those comments, those questions in the next one. So friends, be successful, and I will catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.